Thanks for joining us for the Member xCite presentation. The Member xCite presentation is informative, interesting to the audience, and showcases the strengths of the presenter as an entrepreneur and their area of expertise. It's not a sales pitch, it's a 10-minute educational and insightful exploration into what they do. And of course, it's exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our xCite presenter today, Brian Lawler from Black Sparrow Business Coaching and Consulting, to present to us on creating a sustainable approach to growing your team. Having a unified team of people working towards a common goal will bring you much greater results than trying to achieve everything yourself. This is why it's key to build a team that will help you have sustainable growth and success. For those of you who don't know Brian, he has over 20 years of experience in the recruitment industry in Australia. Brian created Black Sparrow Business Coaching and Consulting to connect business owners with the skills and tools needed to successfully identify, hire and retain staff in their business for the long term. He now helps businesses implement simple yet powerful hiring strategies, which allows businesses to save thousands in potential agency fees, provides peace of mind to the business owner, and frees up time to focus on what they do best, growing your business. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Brian Lawler.
I wanted to talk about how you go about creating teams, both for now and for the long term. And as we probably know, hiring teams for your business can be really tricky and really challenging at times. And the big issue is when you get it wrong. And what I do is work with people to help prevent that from happening and make sure that you can actually hire people for the long term. So before we get into it, there was part of the preparation I was doing was I love looking at facts and numbers. Let me just ask you a question in regards to how many job adverts you think are currently on xCite.com Australia today? And we've got an idea how many actually job postings are there? 1,500. Okay, anybody else?
50,000.
50,000? Good numbers. 232,000 adverts are currently on Seek for jobs today. Now that's just one platform. There's over 53 different job platforms operating in Australia today. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of jobs being advertised out there. Okay, this one's my favourite. How many recruitment agencies do you think are operating in Australia today? Any number?
1,500.
1,500? I know, you probably won't get it. It blew my mind. 7,300 recruitment agencies operate in Australia today. Yeah. They employ 22,500 recruitment agents, all of which are paid and compensated to find the best talent out there today and to hire them into businesses. So as you can imagine, the recruitment industry, not the recruitment industry, but the job market is a crowded space. So how do you stand out in that space and get yourself noticed? What I'd like to do today is to share 3 tips on how you can go about doing that. So tip number 1, identify your talent gaps. What I'd like you to do is visualize where you see your team in the future. So think about how you would like your team structure to look like, say 5 years from now. And ask yourself these 4 or 5 questions. Where in your business at the moment do you have the most pain, the most issues, most problems? From that derive what positions you need to hire into your business. From that perspective, identify which hires are going to give you the largest return on your investment when hiring them. And from there, consider which person you're going to hire first, second, and third. Now that sounds quite easy, but what I would do is I would really challenge you to take the next step. And that's really to find out where your future employees may hang out. Now, like me, going down the pub on a Friday arvo is not going to be the way you can actually find your next employees. But think about how you can actually engage with them. Where do they engage? Where do they hang out? So let's say, for example, you're looking for professionals. Obvious choices, you're going to be looking at LinkedIn. If you're looking for somebody who's more of a creative or freelancer for your company, places like Upwork might be the best place to go. Or if it's more niche and technical, you could go to industry events and connect with people there. So don't go to an industry event just to look for leads and new customers, but your new employee could actually be there. So engage with them now and build the database that you need for your future employees. Tip number 2, knowing who to hire. I read a really interesting article on LinkedIn not long ago. It was titled, Hiring the Wrong People with the Right Skills. I think it was yourself, Dennis, who put me onto that one. I thought it was really interesting, particularly considering I've got over 15 years worth of experience in the recruitment industry. And one of the things that I always see, unfortunately see, is when an organisation hires the person with the best skills and the best experience, but forgets about the right attitude. And then that hire just goes down the toilet. Going back to the article, there's a piece of information on there about the cost of a bad hire. Bad hire can cost your business in physical dollars 33% of that bad hire's annual salary. So a third of the annual salary that you pay someone and you get it wrong, it's coming straight out of your pocket. Now, there's other costs involved in that, more indirect costs like loss of productivity, low team morale, lost opportunity costs, and costs to your reputation. So as you can imagine, it's quite impactful. So I'm a real firm believer in hiring for attitude first and skills second. You can always train skills, but you can't train attitude. So when you hire people, look for people who are productive, creative, and adaptable to change within your business. They're the traits that will take your business forward. That gives you the time to train in the skills that you need to give to those people as you grow. Tip number 3, create a kick-ass workplace culture. One thing, certainly within the employment industry, one thing that COVID has taught us is that people are on the move. The job market's heating up, and job seekers are looking for more meaning in their careers than what they currently have. It's actually been coined the Great Resignation. I don't know if anybody's seen that or heard that or even seen that today. Very much like what you were talking about earlier, John, about people coming from interstate and migrating up here. Well, people are migrating in their roles. And the reason they're doing that is because people are tired of their current jobs. They're tired of the current employees that they're working for. They're looking for more significance in their roles. They're looking for more value in them and looking to give more value back. Again, another interesting industry stat that I found when doing a little bit of research here is that in a survey, 67% of people surveyed felt empowered because of COVID to find a better work-life balance. Of that, 76% of people were looking for more flexibility in their roles. So how do you capitalise on that by, building a real kick-ass company culture? Well, think in terms of the bigger picture. Think in terms of your vision, your mission, your goals. How do you align, or how do you get your people to buy into your company vision and go along that journey with you? In fact, if you don't have one, how do you get your team to help you create that vision and that mission and those goals? Therefore, getting them to buy in at the very beginning. I'd encourage you to build leaders, so invest in your people capital, train and develop your staff. Now, don't just train them in the skills you need, but train them in the career that they're looking for as well. Give back to what they're looking for, and they'll give back twice-fold to you. And engage with your team. And I mean really engage with them, get to know them. Not what they do at a weekend, but what do they value? What are they looking for their career, and how are they going to grow being with you? Compensate beyond the money. What do I mean by that? Well, paying a competitive salary is important, absolutely. But salaries put be fourth on the hierarchy of candidate needs when they're looking for a new job. Look at benefits instead, and ways people benefit from being part of you. So benefits could be in the realm of time off for charity work, birthday leave, flexible working arrangements. If you don't have a reward and recognition program in place, consider what that would look like. And look at team building and team working events, really netting your team together. Above all, though, provide significance. Provide a higher work meaning, or provide meaning to the work that the guys in your team do. Really connect them with your company's why, and get them to feel valued and that they're adding value into the role. Why is a kick-ass culture important, if not for what I've already spoken about? Well, it drives everything that you do as a business. It drives your marketing, it drives the copy, your job ad copy to attract people to your business. It drives your social media content, and above all, it draws people to you rather than you having to go out and find people. So use that to engage with the people of the future. So in summary, what have we learned? Well, the Australian job market's a crowded place and it's heating up. We've learned to identify your talent gaps and go and connect with those people today. And we've learned that attitude is probably your preference over skill set second, and that a kick-ass culture will help you attract and retain the best talent for you today. And on that note, one thing I just want to leave you with is a quick quote from Richard Branson, which I thought really summed up what we were talking about today. And basically what he says is, clients don't come first, employees do. Look after your employees and they will look after your clients. Thank you.